community activist and organizer for social justice. He led student movements in CUNY during the 1980s. He has done work around the Dominican Haitian issue since the 1990s. He is, at the moment, the chair of the People Power Movement. He's an alumni of the CCNY, or from CUNY, and he is also a teacher at the West Side High School in the Bronx, right?
Yep.
Yes.
No, right here in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
On Amsterdam.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome, Mark.
All right, gracias. Gracias, Vania. First I want to say thanks to members of the People Power Club here at City. We're an organization that's in the community and in CUNY. We have chapters in Lehman, LaGuardia, and here at City College. I just want to thank the People Power Club folks who are here, Ashley and Jay, and Jason's outside, and Kyla, I'm hoping soon, right, can join us. And also my brother Uptown Charlie from the radio station downstairs, WCCR. And also the Dominican Studies Institute. This place is a product of struggle and a product of the growing Dominican community and the growing immigrant communities that need places like this so that our voices can be heard and our stories can be told. And I want to thank the brother in the back. He's doing some tremendous research on Dominican culture, and I know if it wouldn't have been for this place, he wouldn't have had so much support. So this institution is really, really important for getting out the truth and making change in life. So I want to give the Institute a big round. And as the sponsoring organization of this event, also our panelists, I want to thank them before the event is over. And, so let's give them another hand because they've done, especially a wonderful job. Before I start though, I want to make sure that we put together this historical timeline of the island of Haiti. Okay, it's in the back. Please take it, it's 6 pages. And we apologize because we didn't include all of the history of the island, but that's almost impossible because it's an island that has a history beyond the European conquest, right, which is now over 500 years old. It gives you very, very important dates that have been researched very meticulously, okay? So these weren't just put together and thrown on paper. Actually, folks had to go out there and do a lot of research to be able to put this together. And there are dates that have asterisks on them, right? Little stars. And those little stars indicate when the U.S. has intervened on the island. So you'll notice that the last several pages of the timeline will have asterisks next to the dates. So this is also very important. And it tries to be truthful, not providing propaganda pro or anti-Haitian or Dominican, but trying to look at the facts objectively and then putting them on paper. So we hope that you can enjoy this timeline and use it in your own studies and your own research, right? Also, I have a little talk which I'm going to make it very brief. In English, the title is Racism on the Island of Haiti. It's in the back. We have translations in Spanish, Racismo en la Isla de Haití, and in Creole also, right? Racis, Lionel, help me out.
I can see my... Racismo...
Zile, Haiti.
Haiti.
Merci. Okay, I try, right? Tratamos, we try. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going to do my little talk and then we're going to go into Q&A. And everyone, please hold on to a document because when you go out into the rotunda, you will have a lunch. Rice, chicken, salad, and something to drink. So any document you have, you show it to Jason outside and he'll serve you. And he's a really nice guy. Okay, so aquí vamos, here we go. As we all know, racism, white supremacy, is a worldwide phenomenon. There isn't any corner of the world that this great evil has not reached. Wherever capitalism sinks its roots, there too you will find racist notions and actions. The same is true on the island of Haiti. Many people call the island Hispaniola, where the Republic of Haiti and Dominican Republic are neighbors. Named Hispaniola, or Little Spain, by Christopher Columbus, it is inappropriate to use this term because it will appear that we are sanctioning murder, rape, and genocide. nor should we use the term Quisqueya, which is in common use in the Dominican Republic, in fact in the Dominican national anthem, but which is historically inaccurate and used by Dominican elites to fabricate differences between Dominicans and Haitians. Instead, we should use the term that was used by the original inhabitants of the island, Haiti, or Haiti. That is the original name of the island. I have more information on that for folks who want to know about that particular aspect after the session. On the island of Haiti, we have seen one of the most exciting and important events of human history, the establishment of the first black republic in the Americas. The fact that enslaved Africans rose up from bondage and defeated the Spanish, the French, and the British to end slavery and become a safe haven for escaped slaves was a momentous event with far-reaching consequences. Many of us in New York talk about safe space, so just imagine that on a national and on a global level. That's what Haiti represented. On the island of Haiti, we have seen one of the most exciting and important events of human history. However, in order to isolate and destroy the gains of the first black republic, many imperialist nations, including the US, have used the Dominican Republic to crush the Haitian Revolution. In opposition to the vast majority of the Dominican population, los blancos de la tierra, and in English the translation would be the whites of the land. Those are the Dominicans who are light-skinned but consider themselves white. If I would go to Dominican Republic right now, take a 3-hour flight, land in Santiago de los Caballeros, get off the plane, everyone there would consider me white, right? So there's a light-skinned elite in the Dominican Republic that considers themselves white and are denominated los blancos de la tierra, the whites of the land, okay? And they rule the Dominican Republic and have over time increasingly become the agents of racist propaganda and actions against Haitians, Dominicans of Haitian descent, and Dominicans accused of being Haitian. The height of this anti-Haitian, anti-black, and anti-African racist hysteria was reached under the United States imposed dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo. Dominicans didn't put that dictator in power. He wasn't our person. The US put him in power. As an admirer and client of the United States Marine Corps, who trained him to kill Dominicans, Trujillo readily adopted its racist ethos, even though his maternal grandmother was Haitian, and he was a black man. He consolidated his fascist control over the Dominican Republic and dictated that the education system, as well as all state institutions, popularize a virulent anti-Haitian and white supremacist worldview. In 1937, during Trujillo's dictatorship, 15 to 30,000 Haitians were massacred in what he termed a defense of the Dominican Republic against a Haitian invasion of our border. Of course, Trujillo was only mimicking the mass deportations of Mexicans and Mexican Americans going on in the United States between 1929 and 1939, and the genocide of Jews in Europe unleashed by Hitler rise to power in Germany. Of course, Hitler was a role model that Trujillo looked up to. The depth of the racist ideas embedded in the Dominican Republic during the Trujillo time can still be seen today in school textbooks. I have family members who are teachers in the Dominican Republic. I have nephews who go to school in the Dominican Republic. It can also be seen in the fact that although most Dominicans are of African descent, most would not admit being black. Currently, categories such as trigueño, color of wheat, indio, Indian, and mulatto are used to describe Dominicans, while black is only used to identify Haitians. This internalized racism can also be seen in criminal actions, such as mass deportations and frequent pogroms aimed at Haitian migrant workers and their Dominican-born spouses and descendants. Clearly, the Dominican Republic is still under the shadow of the tyrant Trujillo. In fact, many Dominicans on the island support the campaign against the Haitianization of their country. Nevertheless, there are also significant numbers of Dominicans on the island overseas who denounce the current attacks and the justification that's used to rally poor and working class Dominicans to this racist cause. When we look at the circumstances of many Haitians living in the Dominican Republic, we find that like many immigrants in the United States, they are seeking work in order to support their families. Many are also victims of U.S. intervention in 2004, involving the kidnapping and coup against the popularly elected Haitian President Bertrand Aristide, and the subsequent invasion by a U.S.-imposed UN stabilization mission in Haiti called MINUSTA. Haitians have had to deal with the repressive political situation in their country. Adding to their misery was the devastation of the 2010 earthquake, which killed over 200,000 people and affected about 3 million people in Haiti. With billions of dollars pledged to rebuild the Republic of Haiti, despite or because of the presence of thousands of non-profit organizations, the country has still not recovered. Despite billions of dollars, Haiti is still a shattered nation where people have to struggle every day. Instead, it has been a gold mine for contractors who are more concerned about amassing corrupt profits than the effort to rebuild the country. The Haitian elites, along with their Dominican counterparts, find it more profitable, puts more money in their bank accounts to further U.S. interests on the island than to support their own people. So it's a sellout group of elites on both sides of the island that are stoking and making things worse for our people with the help of the U.S. Making matters worse, the Dominican Supreme Court has gone so far as to deny citizenship to Dominicans of Haitian descent going back to 1929, putting hundreds of thousands of Dominicans in a legal limbo with the possibility of being deported to the Republic of Haiti, a land that they have never even visited. It is important to understand that the government and ruling families, to divide and conquer, use these racist attitudes, actions against Haitians and Dominicans of Haitian descent. And if poor and working class Dominicans were to unite with their Haitian sisters and brothers, the island would experience a second Haitian revolution. A revolution that cannot be extinguished neither by the island elites nor by the United States. Today, it is our responsibility as people who organize for social justice and want fundamental social change to be in solidarity with our Dominican Haitian sisters and brothers who are trying to promote justice. It is also our responsibility to pressure the Dominican elites to stop their racist anti-Haitian actions by organizing boycotts against Dominican tourism and companies. We must also defend the rights of immigrants in the United States. As we demand that the U.S. government rein in the Dominican elites and the army there, who are agents of the U.S. on the island, we can't forget that there have been more deportations and detentions of immigrants under President Obama than under the previous Republican administration. Finally, we must demand that the United States government stop its manipulation of circumstances in Haiti so that the Haitian people can exercise their self-determination and rebuild their country and economy. Thank you.